Hi, kids. So I am going to do a little bit of a book talk, a 5 to 10 minute book talk. And my goal is to have these done by Friday afternoon when I know everybody has had a chance to read the books. So this is my first one for Tuck Everlasting. So Tuck Everlasting is a classic, and it's more of a modern day classic, and it is an interesting beginning of a book. And it's always, the beginning always throws me every time I read it. And it starts with that idea of August, like it's really a tired time of year. It's the dog days of summer. And the author says, and I'm just looking at the book, at dawn, May Tuck set out on her horse for the woods at the edge of the village of Tree Gap. She was going there as she did every 10 years to meet her sons. At noontime, Winnie Foster, whose family owned Tree Gap Wood, lost her patience at last and decided to think about running away. And at sunset, a stranger appeared at the Foster's gate, and he was looking for someone, but he didn't say who. And so all three of those things are going to be connected in some way. And as the story reveals itself, we're going to figure out why. One of the things that throws me about this book, and I'm wondering if it threw some of you, is how detailed the author is with the setting right off the bat, which is a really unique way to write. Usually, authors start with the character and then they introduce the conflict. But this author, the setting is super important. And so she goes into great detail of the setting right away. What I've done in the past, and you're welcome to do this, is kind of listen to that, read that setting again, or listen. I did do an audio recording of it, and kind of draw it out. So you kind of get an idea of this, touch me not place, touch me not house with iron fence around it. And then all of a sudden this windy road that stops abruptly at the woods. I don't know, it's just kind of an interesting way to start a book. It's a little hard as a reader to get into the setting unless you're incredibly visual and you can picture all of that. Otherwise, but then the book is awesome, so it's going to pick up. Some things that we notice were Tuck, who is really unhappy, so Tuck is just lying in bed, and May's, are you going to come with me? He's not going to come with her. He's going back to bed. But at the very end of the chapter, or at the end of chapter 2, it says, but before she put on her hat, she brushed her gray-brown hair and wound it into a bun at the back of her neck. She did this quickly and skillfully, without a single glance in the mirror. May Tuck didn't need a mirror, though she had one propped up on the washstand. She knew very well what she would see in it. Her reflection had long since ceased to interest her, for May Tuck and her husband, and Miles and Jessie too, had all looked exactly the same for 87 years. So that's like, what? What do you mean they've looked the same for 87 years? This is crazy. So we're just going to read on and find out what this family is, who this family is, why aren't they changing, and what is the connection between the stranger and Winnie Foster and the Tucks. So that is it for this week. I hope you enjoyed Tuck Everlasting. I did order books from Scholastic, and I'm going to figure out a way to get those hard copies in your hands over the next, they've got to arrive first. All right, thanks, kids. Bye.